talk about the messy part. So there's no denying rewiring your home can get pretty messy. We've got to cut and chase your walls, install our cables and then plaster up the mess. So we make all our clients aware that it can get pretty dusty and hectic throughout your property when we do this work. So we take a lot of steps to try and minimise that and make the process as smooth as possible. So in this video we're going to chat through that and tell you exactly how we execute that. So when we arrive at your property in the morning, we're going to decide where you want all your new points. We're then going to mark it up. We use ink pens and we mark all your chases and cuts. We then get to work using heavy duty machines, and those machines are going to take a slot right out of your brickwork, nice and neat. We're then going to chip all the brick away using what we call Kango hammers. And once we've got these routes nice and clear and smooth, then we can install all your brand new cables. So once the cables are all attached to the walls and sitting in place, we like to then put what we call metal capping over the top of all that. So this is what we call metal capping, and it's just aluminium. It offers a little bit of protection on the cables, but a screw or a nail still could go through that. The main reason we use this is really to keep the job nice and neat, and it's also quicker for us, so we can get cables in the wall, a couple of pins on that, and those cables are held back by this channel. Personally, I think it's good practice, and like I said, it just offers a better overall job. It also makes it easier for the plasterers to come in and just cover over all the cables. So it may not look great to the untrained eye, but guys in the trade will tell you it looks pretty neat. So let's go into detail about the plaster work. With every rewire we do, we offer a plastering service, which basically tidies up all the mess and gives you a presentable finish. This is what we call a trill. The plasterers scoop the plaster onto this, spread it across the wall, and then they try and smooth it off and give you a good finish. So it's not quite as simple as that, but we'll try and talk about the process involved. Once we've done the mess and we've cut into the walls, we use what's called a bonding coat of plaster. And in layman terms, this is like cement, and it puts the wall back together, holds it all together, and offers a really solid base to then work and put a finish coat on. So a lot of the times, if the walls have been really badly cut, we might need a lot of bonding to try and get that back together, or we might need to insert some plasterboard or something, but basically we need to make sure the wall's structurally sound and we've got a good firm base to then put a smooth finish coat on. Once the bonding coat's set, we then put the finish coat on. So the finish is like a pinky brown plaster and it's smooth, and that's what you would see if you see fresh plastered walls anywhere. And that's what we can really smooth and polish up and hopefully blend it into your old cuts. Now there's limitations to the plaster work as well, and we can only really work with the walls we have in front of us. We aim to make the job absolutely perfect, so ideally you can come in and just paint over our plaster work and the job's good. But that's not always the case. Sometimes it needs a little bit of work afterwards. The decorator's going to need to do a little bit of rubbing or filling to get it absolutely perfect. So that really depends on the walls. If the walls are old, laughing plaster, then a lot of clients should really be preparing to fully skim those walls anyway. So we'll discuss that with you on the project. If the walls in your property have a painted finish, it makes it easy for us to blend the new plaster onto the old and give you quite a decent finish. If you've got wallpaper, it makes it a lot more difficult. So we've got to strip that wallpaper off. We use a Stanley blade to take a section out, and then we repeat the same process. We blend the new plaster onto the old, and again we can get quite a decent finish. Occasionally the wallpaper presents a real challenge, so if you've ever had the misfortune of stripping something like wood chip, you understand it's a soul-destroying task and it can take a long time. So we can't spend too long on that, and we highlight that on our contract. We would then just maybe put a bonding coat on and explain to you that you're probably going to do a bit of work on that wood chip, or you maybe need to get your decorator to take care of it. So there's some limitations around wallpaper, and usually we can discuss that during the job. If you have an Artex covering, firstly we've got to test that for asbestos, which we'll discuss on another topic. But if you've got an Artex covering, then most people are usually just skimming over that now, and we would just do a bonding coat to give you a firm base to work with. A lot of the properties we work in are undergoing renovation, and one of the tasks people take on is plastering and fully skimming every wall in the house. If you're going to do that, let us know, and we can often just put a bonding coat of plaster in, which allows the next guy to skim over really easy. If you need full skimming works, we have a brand called Home Skim. We work with a couple of trusted guys who are top plasterers, and they'd be more delighted to quote on your plastering project. If you're interested in that service, just let us know before works begin and we can get you a price to fully skim your property. So if you took the plastering option with your Rewire, when you come home you're going to see these fresh cuts and chases all over your house, which can be quite daunting. They will be a dark colour, the plaster's still wet inside, but over the next few days they're going to dry out to a very light pink colour. They'll still be a bit of an eyesore until you get the place decorated. We work with a couple of trusted decorators under our Home Decor brand. If you would like a recommendation, just get in touch. We can offer a full decoration service afterwards and give you the complete package to take the hassle away from rewiring your home.